Sand erupted in my wake as I sprinted across the Naga plains, the scorching heat underfoot barely registering with my blurring speed. A furious roar filled the sky, making the granules leap as though in fright. I bared my teeth in a smirk. Drawing red energy from the ground to fuel my silver power, I blasted a bolt into each leg. My power catapulted me through air and across the plains, far enough to get me to my planned station. Another roar, closer this time. Perfect. If the dragon had popped his head above the forest before I'd gotten here, then the gig would have been up. I crouched in the divot of 2 dunes and threw tendrils of power out in front of me like a blanket. Drawing the texture, smell, and appearance of the sand into my power, I then drew the blanket back to cover me. A little masking trick I'd learned last year during a tangle with a tar beast. Rhythmic blasts of wind swept across the plain. No one who knew anything could mistake these gusts as being from my mother. She preferred to send hurricanes and the like. I peered through the curtain of my dirty silver hair, squinting against the grit whipping through the air. My lips curved again. Ah, there he was. The dragon. Convincing him to leave his damn bed had been a job in itself. The old bastard hated flying. You'd think Mother would take his wings away as punishment, but nope. This dragon had the biggest wings in Underhill, and aside from a few times a year, they were just for show. But they sure were something to behold. And hear. The beat of his wings as he flew above the trees toward the plains was akin to a giant beating on an enormous drum. Slow. Final. Boom. 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 The rhythm of my heart slipped into tandem with it. Another trick I'd picked up. The old bastard had excellent hearing, especially when it came to hearts. Keep going, I muttered quietly, shifting in my crouched position. The dragon bellowed, swinging his great head from left to right in search of me. I caught the flaring of his nostrils and grinned again. I'd rolled in Naga droppings already to conceal my smell. Had he thought I'd make this easy? A disturbance beneath the ground caught my focus. Without moving, I watched as 6 Naga heads popped out of the sand, 50 spear lengths in front of me. There was a good reason I'd leapt over that particular section. The Naga were so damned attuned to any shift in the plains around their treasure trove. I'd snuck around their trove, of course, but even I could never hope to achieve the stealth required to get inside the trove without detection. Lucky for me, I didn't intend to. At least not today. I just needed their help. Because if there was one thing the dragon hated, it was the Nagas that liked to encroach on his territory from time to time. Whoosh! The dragon banked right and skimmed along the plains, nearly silent now that he was gliding. The expanse of the plains gave him good visibility. He'd prefer to seek me out here rather than fleece the trees. Everything was going according to plan. He just needed to get close enough to the trove.